Okay, this next trainer set, I believe, is a double battle of some form. I know the team that they have. I don't know the exact order that they're going to send things out in, however. Okay, Gyarados Gliscor. Okay, so total this is a Gyarados, Gliscor, Victory Bell, Typhlosion, Ursaring, Ampharos. This is going to be actually quite spooky. I probably should have made a specific team for this fight. I can start with Gyarados being able to be KO'd by Rotom, just fine. I don't want to use Fly, because if I kill the Gyarados and I Fly, I think the way this, I think in double battles, the Pokemon that it swaps in is going to be for slot 1. So I think it will swap into something against Denim. And with that, I think it would swap into Ursaring. Either way, I think I'm just, I don't want to Poison Fang a Gliscor because it has Poison Heal. So I'm just going to Crunch the Gliscor. I don't want to Fly because in case it does swap into Ampharos, then I don't want to be a sitting duck being in the air, come down, and then the Ampharos Thunderbolt's purple. Oh, and I also should have attached a new item to Denim because it doesn't have an item right now. I am very smart. And it used Earthquake against a team that would not do anything. Okay, Ursaring does come out, and it will either Shadow Claw Denim or Thrash Purple. Either way, I think I'm just going to KO the Ursaring because Gliscor doesn't. I mean, it might see Levitate now. I don't know. Substitute Denim and Fly against the Ursaring. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because the Gliscor should not be able to get through the sub, and so Ursaring, no matter what, won't be able to fully do anything. Shadow Claw, yep, we'll get through that. That's fine. It's essentially like a Protect that costs 25% of my health. But now, Fly will do 47-ish%. I'm going to swap Denim, because with a Fly and a Thunderbolt against the Ursaring, there's a small chance that both low roll and not KO. So I'm going to take the chance to swap into, I think, Almond. Now, Almond in a double battle doesn't seem that great, but I won't take any damage from an incoming Shadow Claw, which can be very nice. Yeah, sure, I'll swap into Almond. Here comes the Fly. Yeah. Sky. Why? I'm a ghost type on that side. What is this Gliscor doing? I guess this one was a big brain play to make up for the Earthquake that would have literally hit no one. But what the heck? I do not understand this Gliscor. Brick Break down the Ursaring. Here I can Crunch the Gliscor. This Gliscor is very tanky, that is for sure. There goes the Ursaring. And what's going to come out? I cannot tell you. My guess is the Victory Bell should come out. It is the Victory Bell, okay. Victory Bell only has Leaf Blade Sludge Bomb. Either way, I'm going to swap into Gamboge, and I will fly against the Victory Bell. This is one bad part about fly, but that's okay. Cool. Totally fine turn. I'm actually going to set up just a layer of spikes because the last two Pokemon are a bit spooky and I want to get a little bit extra chip, and I'd rather have the chip there versus the chip on the Gliscor. What the hell? That did not do... Huh? Oh, purple has been intimidated. Right, forgot about that part. Swap into Glacial Blue. Aerial Ace on Gamboge. I'll take Sludge Bomb. That's fine. And Missile, will I get a 2-hit and not KO? No, I do KO the Victory Bell. And at this point I think it should send in Typhlosion because Gamboge is in slot 1. Get a little bit of health back, that is very nice. Yep, there's Typhlosion. But now the real question is, will it see... I think it'll see Lava Plume as the KOing move. So I need to swap. I am risking a crit on something, and I think that someone is going to be Brown. Yeah, I think I have to risk a crit on Brown here. And I think I'll need to risk a speed tie. Yeah, that's a crit. There was nothing I could do there. Brown is down. This Typhlosion hits so hard. I should survive. I should. That was a crit, yeah, okay. Because of the burn, I survived. This is a crazy team. And it survives, of course, of course. However, now I can go into either purple or denim. I think it's going to be denim. And denim can Shadow Ball the Typhlosion. I swap here. I definitely should have gone into this fight with a built team. I think Brown would still be alive then. There's Sky Uppercut. And the last Pokemon coming out is going to be an Ampharos, which also just hits crazy hard. I think the play is Substitute. Drill Run. There is a chance that the Ampharos and Gliscor both go up against Gamboge. But I think... yeah, I thought that it would use Dragon Pulse against Denim. Drill Run should do a good amount of damage. And now the Gliscor goes down to the burn. I think there might be some rolls that Shadow Ball doesn't KO the Ampharos. So I'm going to substitute again. On this side, nothing will take a Thunderbolt too well, so I'm just going to Drill Run. There's a Dragon Pulse. Okay, totally fine. And this might KO. Does. That was awful. The unfortunate part about that fight was definitely that the sort of filler Pokemon of here, of Ursaring and Victory Bell, came out in the middle, whereas so the really hard-hitting Pokemon of Ampharos and Typhlosion came out at the end, where my Pokemon were already pretty battered. I did get unlucky with a crit, but that's the way it goes. I did get lucky with on that turn of the Gliscor and the Typhlosion critting. The Gliscor also got burned, therefore the Gliscor's crit didn't KO, but this was... I definitely should have made a team for it. I don't know exactly what that team would have looked like. Okay. Team has been swapped up a tiny bit. And this one is also going to be a little... It's not going to be too difficult, but it is going to be a fight. I can start with Return. Choice Band should KO it if my happiness is full, and it is. Next up is the Pinsir. It's going to want to close combat. No, the play is definitely purple. Close combat will not do hardly any damage. And now I can fly. Next Pokemon it sends out should be a Probopass. And it should just Power Gem. There's the Power Gem. Now Brick Break. Brick Break and Earthquake would have KO'd. There's that. Didn't need the crit. And this does confirm that Sturdy is not a one-hit KO preventer. It's just the Oko moves. Because that Probopass had Sturdy. Next up is a Xatu. It's going to want to Psychic me. In which case I can go into Byzantium. And Crunch. There might be a crit roll that KOs. Or, you know, I flinch. I can swap into Glacial Blue from here. Air Slash will do a decent amount. Even if Giga Drain crits... Oh, well, I'm faster, so this should just be able to KO it. I'm 1 speed faster. Thanks, Taba Nature plus 28 IVs plus 168 speed EVs. believe this is a dragon trainer. And with that, I think Lapras is just gonna have a heyday. And we get Hurricane for that effort. Wow, that's a move. This ninja should be pretty... Oh, this is Ninetales. What the hell? There it is. I see it now. Glacial Blue. Flamethrower. Okay, you safeguard. That's very nice. Thank you for doing such a thing. Cool, because of that safeguard, I can take it out. I should be able to survive a crit. And of course, but that's fine. I can go into Oslo Gray. Even on a crit flamethrower here, I can Shadow Sneak now. Take it out. It was much more difficult because I didn't have the right Ninja Boy. That's okay. This one should be another pretty simple one. Purple should just be able to fly 3 times. The last one before the rival fight. I'll battle one last time with you, then I'm retiring. I think you should have retired early. Veteran Brian comes out with a Tangrowth. Ice Beam should be able to KO because of the Wise Glasses that I have attached. And I'm level 45, so it should do 110, 112% minimum. Go Rapidash. Fortunately, it does outspeed, and it does have a jump kick. So Hey, Crash. Shadow Punch. Flare Blitz, even if it crits, should not KO. Granted, I think a crit burn might have... no. Maybe. I think crit burn might have KO'd me. So probably should have swapped. That's okay. Let's learn Avalanche. I don't think I would want Avalanche because my attack is significantly lower. I'd rather have Ice Beam. And now for Renegade, it's going to want to use Crunch on me. I can go into Almonds. The way that this goes bad is if it gets like a crit defense drop. Even just a defense drop might be bad, but it didn't. Break has a very high chance of KOing. I don't think it's guaranteed. Oh, with the crit though, it is guaranteed. I think it was like an 87.5% chance of KOing, or 75. I'm level 45. Cool. Alright. Last thing now is to do a team build for the Dawn fight. Okay. This, I believe, is the team that Dawn will have. Starts out with an Alakazam, then has a Choice Band Lopunny, Muscle Band Flareon. This is also Life Orb Magic Guard, which is very strong. Leftovers, Clefable, Citrus Empoleon, and Pasho Berry. I can KO Alakazam from the start if I'm wanting to do that. If I do such a thing, what would it send out? The thing it would want to send in would be something that has a super effective move against Rotom. Notably, it doesn't look like it has any. Moonblast, Moonlight, Psychic, Thunderwave, no. Surf, Flash Cannon, Grass Knot, Feather Dance, Earthquake, Avalanche, Stone Edge, Ice Shard, Strength, Jump Kick, Flare Blitz, so on and so forth. Because none of their Pokemon have any super effective moves against Rotom, because I believe it sees Earthquake as not doing anything, because I think it cheats to see Levitate. It'll go into Clefable, because Clefable has Psychic, and Psychic does the most damage of like Moonblast, Psychic, Surf, Flash Cannon, Grass Knot, and so on and so forth. I believe it will either swap into Clefable, or it will swap into Mamoswine if it doesn't see Earthquake, but I think it does cheat and see Levitate. If that's the case, I can't stay in. One thing I could do, if it swaps Clefable in on Rotom, it's going to want to Moonblast. And if I go into Nidoqueen, I would take the Moonblast. Granted, Poison Jab doesn't do full enough. This isn't going to be its full moveset, because I haven't leveled it up yet, but it can learn Poison Tail, which is a little bit higher power. And I can EV Train it here to do 88%. One thing is, I don't know the gender, and this has rivalry. If the Clefable is female, then Poison Tail will KO. I don't know if I want to leave up my this strategy to a... I don't know whether or not the Clefable is going to be male or female or not. Because of the level cap of 46, I believe Metagross evolves at 45, so I could have Metagross for the Clefable, and Ironhead totally takes it out just fine. And this is even just with a Shell Bell and nothing special. I don't exactly know what it will send in. I believe it will send in the Flareon. Flare Blitz super effective, Earthquake super effective. And when comparing these two, it looks at the type. Ice is not very effective, Ground is super effective, and on a single type Pokemon, I learned that it's going to duplicate the type, so it'll be Fire Fire, so it'll be super effective. So I think it should send in the Flareon. Granted, I do outspeed it, and I believe if I teach Metagross Earthquake, then I can take out the Flareon totally fine. Then it should send in Mamoswine, and I can take out the Mamoswine just fine and still outspeed. Then it'll send in Lopunny because of the Fire Punch. Lopunny does outspeed me, but even with a crit jump kick, it doesn't KO. And I can Zen Headbutt. After that, the only Pokemon that's left is Empoleon. So I am essentially taking out most of this team, starting with Rotom, swapping into Metagross, and then sweeping. Poliwrath does decently well against the Empoleon, so I think that's going to be one of the Pokemon I bring. Against the rest of the team, it looks like Infernape does pretty well with close combats and being able to outspeed basically everything. It doesn't do the best against Flareon, but other than that, pretty good. I think Gambosia's coming just because it's a great defensive pivot in case I need that. And for the final Pokemon, after lots of faffing about, I think I'm just going to bring Gyarados for a flyer to swap into Earthquakes if I need to. I think that's the play. Make the team now. Here's the fight. Hi Megadub, I didn't expect to bump into you. I was exploring around this area to get some entries in my Pokédex. There's lots of rare Pokemon here. There's even a few Dragon types. It's pretty incredible, right? Oh, how are your Pokemon doing? Let's heal them. Okay. Notably, any sort of like guts shenanigans wouldn't have worked here then. That would have been bad if that was part of my team. Sure. Let's go. I get why they healed me, is because this was sort of like an unexpected battle, but that would be quite awkward if I couldn't win because they healed me. Alright. Against the Alakazam, I should just be able to Shadow Ball and take it out. Nice. It did send out the Clefable. That's what I expected because the Psychic had top roll using Alakazam's stats. I did put on a Cherry Berry just in case this Clefable Thunder Waves. Like now, even though I'm unsure whether or not a Rotom can even get paralyzed because it's electric. I don't know when that is changed, but I'm glad I did a Cherry Berry because I don't need damaging items to be able to KO. Iron Head should be able to KO here. Next is Flareon. I do outspeed because of all of my speed EVs, and I have 30 speed IVs, which is really good. So I do outspeed, and with Earthquake, I can KO. Next is the Mamoswine, and I can Iron Head, and I outspeed. There's that one. Next up is the Lopunny, as expected, and I can Zen Headbutt. I think that is the play. I am risking a miss. crit? Okay. Right. Jump kick only had a 56% chance to be used. And I did hit, so I got lucky in the fact that they didn't crit burn. If they crit burn, Fuchsia would have gone down. So I probably should have thought about that and swapped. I had plenty of Pokemon, like I definitely could have swapped into Gyarados on either a Jump Kick or a Fire Punch, been able to take stuff out. That would have been the play because the last Pokemon is Empoleon, so I did misplay once here. I can go into Cornflower. And Low Kick. It won't KO, but the Grass Knot that's coming after me, Grass Knot will not be able to KO me either. Feather Dance, that's also fine. So is my speed, right? Attack Harshly Fell. Believe a Low Kick should still be able to KO it. Yeah. Okay. Very clean fight in terms of, like, I took one hit, but that one hit was risking a crit burn, so I definitely could have played that better with swapping into the plethora of my other team. You do that. We've made it to Celestic Town. Hey, I got some wise glasses, even though I think... Ooh, choice specs though. Those are some nice glasses. And black glasses, sure, I think I already have some. But choice specs, very nice. In terms of encounters that I can get at Celestic Town, there's some water here. So I can fish and I can surf if I want to wait. Surfing is a guaranteed Psyduck or Golduck. And a rod, I can get a Relicanth. I think both of them can be good. Notably, Golduck is Water Psychic in here, so that's something to note. I might wait until I would need either a new water type for this, because if I can, it's guaranteed to be either one, if I surf or if I fish, so I think waiting until I need one of those specifically is the play to do, so I think that's what I am going to do. If that's the case, then the only things left for me to do within Celestic Town is fight the Galactic Trainer, and it seems like there's also going to be a Cyrus fight, so I need to prepare for that. There's an odd spaceman in front of the ruins. There isn't anything there, but that only seemed to make him get angry. He's saying he will blow the town up with a bomb. The nerve it fell. If only I were younger, I'd punish this spaceman with my Pokémon. Well, luckily for you, I'm gonna get this item first. Dragon Fang, okay. And now I will fight you. This town is insignificant. There's nothing of value here. It doesn't need to exist. I'll blow it up. Ah, yes, classic. You dare oppose Team Galactic? That means you're taking on the world. No, the universe even. So this team that I made was for the Cyrus fight after this dude. And I guess, made it before doing this, which is fine. Oh no, no items. This one should be taken down. I didn't need the crit, even with the Intimidate dive should KO. Next up is Golbat. In which case I can just swap to Sangria. Yeah, that's a little annoying. I can swap into Rotom or Denim. Air Slash won't do too much. Now Thunderbolts. So this Beedrill has Drill Run, Agility, Endeavor, and Out. I should just be able to swap into Gambos. Agility, that's fine. Even if it uses Drill Run against me, it's not going to do too much. And the Agility actually makes Gyro Ball most likely KO. Yeah, that was a crit. I think this should KO. Thanks, Agility. Go. Too much to handle. I can't do anything here. This place is nothing. Oh, you are magnificent. Aren't you quite the trainer? As the elder of this celestic town, I give you my thanks. Oh, that old charm. May I see that, dear? You say Cynthia entrusted it to you to deliver it to me. She's my granddaughter. This old charm is something made in Celestic Town long, long ago. It was made in honor of a mythical deity, said to have created Sinnoh. These old charms are still discovered now and again. Since you're in Celestic Town, why not look around inside the ruins? Renegade examined the ancient cave painting. Mysterious designs cover a whole section in the wall. There are three strange things forming a triangle. In the middle of them, a shining sphere? What is this all about? The cave's painting's meaning seems to be this. There existed beings so powerful they were considered deities at the time. When there were three Pokemon with power to match either being. The three kept balance with either being as if they formed a pyramid. It's an ancient legend, Sinnoh, that is still told in Celestic Town. I would like to know more about that legend, if you will. Who might you be? My name is Silas. I want to put an end to pointless strife and hostility. I'm seeking the power to create the ideal world. Thus, I want you to answer. The world today can't change because the three Pokemon keep it in balance. Is that what you are saying? I wouldn't know. I do know the world is in balance. I'm quite satisfied with the world the way it is. I'm not interested in your question. Plead ignorance, will you? What a pointless attitude. You fail to appreciate that the world is incomplete. I will change the world. As the first step, I will destroy this cave painting that you've protected all these years. A new legend of a new world should take its place. Am I wrong? If you feel that way, challenge me. Sure. I know you, trainer. We've met at Mount Garnet. Why would you want to protect this incomplete world? As the boss of Team Galactic, I will show you the error of your ways. That voice makes my eyes water so much. But here we go. Crobat. I didn't do a whole team preview building for this because it's not going to be too difficult, in my opinion. Of course, that might change. Who knows? The reason why is this should just go down to a Thunderbolt. We do Speed Tie here, and I won the Speed Tie. All that would do is save me 25% HP. Granted, if I lost the Speed Tie and the move that Crobat used on me crit, then I would have been in range of Icicle Crash from this Weavile as well, which might have... it wouldn't have changed too much because I'm just going to go into Cornflower, and both Feint Attack and Ice Crash from the Weavile aren't going to do too much damage to me, so no matter what, I was only going to take like 20% here. So even if I did miss Speed Tie and I get crit, nothing would have changed too much. And the Weavile could have used Sword Stains here, but once again, even if it did, this Feint Attack critting with the Sword Stains would not be able to KO the Cornflower. Cornflower Blue. This should take out the Weavile. And I'm level 48 because Cyrus's ace was that Weavile of 46, and I can go +2. This Honchkrow is honestly the scariest thing because it got Super Lux Scope Lens, and Bravebird just does a ton of damage. However, we can just go into Almond, and even if you crit me, it's not going to KO. Because I am invested in defense. There is the crit. Like I said, even if it crit, it wouldn't KO me. And I outspeed strength, or sorry, return. I just have strength in the damage calcs because return doesn't ever save that it's at maximum power. So I just have strength in there to show about how much return should do, because return should have 102 power and strength has 100 in this game, so it's a good enough proxy. Next is the Magnezone. You forced my hand this time. I can't stay in, and so I go into, it's going to either Thunderbolt or Flash Cannon, most likely Thunderbolt, which is why I trained up Saffron, the Garchomp. It was able to evolve at 48 exactly, so worked out pretty well. And now Earthquake. Huh? What? Why did it go first? I don't get that. Because it doesn't have Quick Claw, it didn't have that proc. Weird. I mean, I was fine either way because Flash Cannon crit wouldn't kill me. Oh! I'm a dumbass. I literally just trained up the Garchomp, and so I had a Power Anklet on it. So my speed was 68 because it was speed of halved. I mean, it worked out, but that was a really dumb move on my part. I just forgot to take off the power item. Remarkable. But, Elder, your attitude told me what I needed to know. If the beings of time and space are brought together, they can't be stopped. Such a strange man, spouting such nonsense. The time and space of Sinnoh are filled with memories and thoughts of countless people in Pokémon. It is a wonderful world. What need is there to change it? Oh yes, I found something useful. You should take it. It belonged to my granddaughter, but she doesn't use it anymore. Yay! We can now surf. So now that that's done... Oh, here's Cynthia. Is everything alright? You saw those strange people with the galactic bomb, didn't you? But those Team Galactic people, I thought they were harmless. The bizarre ways they dress and all their wild claims about making a new universe, I thought it was just silly talk. Nothing to take seriously. But there's surprisingly more trouble than expected. Trying to monopolize Pokemon isn't acceptable. By the way, have you heard of a place known as Pal Park? It's a special Pokemon preserve on Route 221 near Sandgem Town. I've heard that the Kanto region's Professor Oak will be visiting there. Professor Oak and Rowan are old friends, actually. You should go to Pal Park. It'll do wonders for your Pokédex. That is true. At this point, we have a couple of routes that we can get encounters. Route 221, as they said. Route 220, which should be like the surfing route before then. And also Fuego Ironworks. I love my inflatable tube, so I admire jellyfish Pokemon. And I can't swim without my inflatable tube, but my Pokemon might be strong. The two Pokemon up front should be able to take care of stuff pretty quickly. We got Poliwhirl and Azumarill. Bullet Seed against the Poliwhirl and Thunderbolt against the Azumarill should just bonk bonk both of them down. There's that one down. And that one. Bullet Seed against the Vaporeon should do good. And Thunderbolt against the Barrel. Oxley very strong. I don't even need this Shadow Ball. Bullet Seed does 392% minimum. Of course on a 3 hit, but that means each hit is doing roughly 133% of Gastrodon's health, so definitely didn't need Denim's help with it. Once learned Thunder, I'm okay. Mainly because Thunder can miss. Okay, here I'm coming up to... Here's Route 220. So, in Route 220, there's two different things that I can do. I can either fish, or I can surf. I now have access to the surf stuff. Notably, that means I can either surf for Wingull or Mantike, or I can fish for a Love Disc, Horsey, Corsola. Notably, I already have a Horsey, so it would either be Love Disc, which is most of the time, or Corsola. So like 6 out of 7 times it'll be Love Disc, 1 out of 7 Corsola. Because I'm going for a surf encounter, I'm actually going to swap Glacial Blue to be up front, because the surf encounters are water flying, and flying type is pretty good. Ooh, Mantike. I'll take it. I'll take it. Nice. Quick and easy. And I think I know the name of Mantike. One thing I haven't thought of is whether or not I'll need a Remoraid in my party to evolve this or not. The reason why I would want to just allow me to get a Remoraid just to evolve it is because, I mean, it seems like a reasonable thing. Like, If I don't have it, Mantike is honestly not great. But I could also see me like saying, hey, if I want to use a Mantine, which is really good, I would need to use an encounter to get a Renegade from somewhere. So, we'll see. We're just gonna do some of these surf trainers real quick. It should go pretty smoothly with Breloom or Oxley out front. Love Disc I am going to need to swap because it is surprisingly quick and it has Moon Blast. Special attack falling is fine, because I don't use my special attack. Gyro Ball, Aqua Ring, it's fine. It just means that I might not 2-hit KO. I should though, it's looking like I will. Moon Blast again, that's fine. Bounce. That's a little annoying. Para full para. But I'm not taking damage from this, especially if it's going to be using bounce on me. Okay, so now I'll use Aqua Tail. Hey! It's rude. I needed that. 3 pairs in a row. Alright, I'm done. I'm going to swap. It's fine, I can just bounce myself. It won't kill. Oh, you're gonna bounce again. That's fine. Once again, I can bounce myself. Simple as. We're now in Route 221. We have the surf encounters and rod encounters as before, well, sort of as before. Essentially, surfing guarantees a Wingull or Pelipper. The rod this time will be a Krabby, Horsey, or Clamperl, so I could get a Krabby if I want to, which might be the play, because if I can get a Shell Armor Kingler, Shell Armor just in general is probably the GOAT ability. It's just so good. If I don't want another water type, which is understandable, the grass encounters I have here are Sudowoodo, Skuntank, Nidorino, Farfetch'd, Girafarig, Dodrio, and there is a honey tree of Cherim, Shroomish, Execute, Nuzleaf, Tangela. Notably, I already have a Cherim and a Shroomish, so it would be Execute, Nuzleaf, or Tangela for it. I feel like getting a Shell Armor Mon will be very, very good. That means it's fishing time. There's the Krabby. That was the expected results. It was 6 out of the 7 times going to be Krabby. Because of the things here, 60% are Krabby, 30% is Horsey, 10% is Clamperl, so the 30% of dupes of Horsey wouldn't matter. So of the remaining 70%, most of it would be Krabby. And there's that. We don't have a Pokemon named Orange. Beautiful. Mantike. Careful, nature. Alright. Would have preferred a Calm or whatever it is to lower attack, but increasing special defense on a Pokemon like Mantike is very, very good. I will take it. It's got Swift Swim. It could have had Water Absorb, which I think I would have preferred because I don't have a Rain Setter. But, oh well. And Orange does get Shell Armor. Nice! Alright. That is why I chose to go for this, because Kingler with Shell Armor is crazy good. It's got great physical bulk, and I could totally see me using this in many, many fights. And it's got Hardy Nature, which I'll take. I'll always take neutral natures.